And we are live from the heartland of America. I'm Jeffey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Welcome to the channel. We're glad that you're here today. We've got some great stuff to talk to you. You know that you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. You know that you don't have the original sin. You got the spark of divinity within. You know that you've got life more abundant and peace that passes all understanding. You don't have to go on bended knee to their Savior because you don't need salvation. But we're going to show you even more good news today. And the 1,000 years was ended. We're taking off a little bit on our Agenda 66 that we did 2 sessions on. I think everyone really enjoyed it. Nice to see Texas made in the Hizal. And folks, we appreciate you. We're glad you're here. We're going to jump right into it. And we want to remind you that our first segment is brought to you by Mystech. Be tuned to the ideal Schumann resonance of the earth. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Mystech logo, get 20% off. That's the bracelets that I wear. They keep you in the Schumann resonance. They keep your cells in harmony rather than chaos. And give me just one quick second. I need to mute myself. We had the Matchbox 20 playing. I had to end it. So, folks, let's go ahead and go straight into our study. And we got a good one for you here today. We got a good one here for you today. It's going to really blow some minds. It's going to make some things interesting for a lot of people. So, and the 1,000 years was ended, the freeing of the adversary. This is going to be good stuff, folks. You know where we're coming from. We're coming from Revelation chapter 20. Talks about the adversary being bound. Let me just read this to you. Then we'll begin to break it down. And I saw an angel came down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. How many of you have seen the movie? What was that called? What was it called with the Princess Bride? I think most of you have probably seen The Princess Bride. And you've got the one scene in there where he says, I don't think that word means what you think it means. And guess what, folks? You keep using that word, angel, but I don't think you know what that word means. And I certainly don't think it means what you think it means. Angels, as presented in the script, you can be sure. The script, you can be sure. Angels, as presented in the scripture, are presented as warriors. They're vicious. They're militaristic. I almost said malignant. That's probably a good description too. They are bad asses as presented in the script, you are sure. Harry says they're just messengers. That's not how they're presented in the script. You can't be sure. They're presented as mean. They're presented as nasty. They're presented as horrible beings. If you've ever watched Supernatural television show, I think you get a much clearer idea of who the angels really are. I think you get a better idea of what angels really are. And if you do the study, and I've done it many times on this program, you can just put angels in the search box here on the channel and find the shows that we've done on angels. They're reptilian. They're reptilian. Angels are warriors and they're reptilian, which makes me very interested when people talk about getting help from archangels and getting messages from angels. And when people say they are angels, it really makes my ears perk up, because after 20 years in full-time ministry and after now 40 years in the business of unindoctrination, I know what angels are, and I know what they do, and that word doesn't mean what you think it means. So you might want to reconsider your conception of angels. And let's especially look at our conception and our belief regarding the angels in this particular passage. Let's break it down a little bit. And if we literally rendered it from the Greek, we would see and say, a reptilian warrior came down. Now, it's one thing to say, an angel came down from heaven. It's another thing to say, a reptilian warrior came down. That puts a bit of a different spin on things, doesn't it? That changes things just a bit, doesn't it? And this particular reptilian warrior came down. Where did he come down from? He came down from heaven. And remember the Laird's Prayer, our Manoff, who is in heaven. So this angel, this reptilian warrior being, came down from the ruling power. A reptile warrior from the ruling power came down. Boom. That's very, very different. Now, if you read a reptilian ruler came down from a reptilian warrior came down from the ruling power, if you're objective, if you're empirical, and I know that's very, very hard for you to do, but if you're objective, if you're empirical, if your give a damn gets busted, if you're not reading into it, if you don't have cognitive bias, if you're not using confirmation bias, if you're really being objective, reptilian warrior came down from the ruling power. Does that sound like a balanced entity or an unbalanced entity? Does that sound like a good entity or a not so bueno entity? I'll leave that to you to consider. I'll leave that to you to ponder. And this entity, reptilian warrior from the ruling power, he's got the key to the bottomless pit. That means abyss. An abyss is the limish, and you can look in the box below. I think the words are there. The limish concept of the dead, abode of the dead and evil spirits. So he's a reptilian warrior come down from the ruling powers, and he's got the key to death and evil spirits. What type of an entity is he likely to be? And what type of an entity is he likely to be when he's working for the limish powers that be? Just asking questions. Just asking questions. I'm the mailman. I bring you the information. You think with it or you don't. So what type of an entity would it be? And keep in mind, this entity is holding in his hand a great chain. Reptilian warrior works for the rulers, holds the key to limish realm of dead and evil spirits, and he has bonds, chains, manacles, and fetters. Let me show you this. I wrote this all out, but I also want to show it to you in the original Greek so you'll know that I'm not just pulling your leg, because it becomes almost difficult to believe what you're reading. It becomes almost difficult to believe. But if we go right here, we see that this being has a great chain, a mega chain, a large chain. And he's got this chain. What is a chain? He's got a chain. He's got a bond. He's got chains. And come on down here. Keep going with me. Keep going with me. Manacles, bonds, chains. This is an old country song. Chains, chains, shackles and chains. Mary Chapin Carpenter? I think. But anyway, chains, shackles, fetters, manacles. Good entity or bad entity? Balanced entity or unbalanced entity? Friend or foe? Guess it depends upon whose side you're on, doesn't it? But hasn't your entire concept of this passage already changed? And an angel from the Lord came down and he had a great chain to, oh my God, a reptilian warrior working for the rulers, holding the key to the realm of death and evil spirit, has bonds, chains, manacles, and fetters in his hands. What kind of entity is he? And what kind of entity would he chain? If he's a good entity, he'd be changing bad entities. What's the chance he's good, quote unquote? If he's a bad entity, he'd be chaining good entities. What's the percentage that he's good, that he's balanced? Very, very low. So what kind of entities is he chaining? Probably good ones, balanced ones. Let's get back into our study. Let's not leave it to guesswork. He had a great chain, and then, folks, what did he do? He seized, come on, work with me. Well, there we go. Just a little slow. He seized the dragon. He seized the dragon. He seized that old serpent, which is Satan and the devil. He seized the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. What is a dragon? Now, I know that you keep using that word, but I don't think that word means what you think it means. Angel didn't mean what you think it means. And guess what? Neither does dragon. Do you know what dragon means, literally translated in the Greek? One with incredible insight, one who sees. So why would he be binding one with incredible insight? Why would it be binding one who sees? Well, let's show you that dragon does mean that before we go any further, shall we? So you can actually see from the text, not from my opinion, not from the entity that I channel from, not from the entity that gives me information, but from the text, because the text doesn't care what any of those things think. Mythical monster, keep studying. Huge serpent, Satan, adversary, keep studying. One who sees, a seeing one who has incredible insight. Ooh, now we got a whole different situation going on. We've got a clearly unbalanced, we might even say malevolent entity seizing a incredibly insightful being, one who sees. This begins to interest me. This begins to become very, very intriguing. Very intriguing. And I don't think this passage means what you think it means. The ancient serpent, who is the devil and Satan. If you haven't seen the Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves, you need to see it. There's a scene where Satan shows up on the scene and this angel spitting these names at him like serpent, the devil, Satan. And he says, I do miss the old names. I miss the old names. And after you know what these old names mean, you'll miss them too. Because here's what these names mean. The ancient means the original, the long-standing, the OGs. The incredibly insightful one, the one who sees from long time, the original one with incredible insight, the original one who sees. Reminds me of the original ones made in the image of divinity. That's you and me. The sharp seeing one is what serpent means. Sharp seeing one. And remember, Somebody said, be wise as a serpent. See sharp as a serpent. Be wise as a serpent. And what does devil mean? Let me show you what devil means. Let's show you what devil means here in this passage, because it's very, very important to understand who this is, who they're talking about. Who is the devil in this passage? Well, the devil is the one that slanders, the one that accuses falsely, the one that slanders, accuses, and defames. What does slander mean? Slander means to speak against. Slander means to speak against, and Satan, of course, means adversary. So what this passage is saying is that this OG, all-seeing, wise one was slandering the party line and becoming an adversary. Oh, I do miss the old names. Sharp-seeing one, wise one, contrarian. That's what a devil is, a contrarian. Adversary of the fear and guilt, blood, magic, mind control matrix. That's me. That's you. That's us. Put it together, and what have you got? You've got an original, long-standing, sharp-seeing, wise one going against the party line and being an adversary towards the fear and guilt, blood, magic, control matrix. And you've got the reptilian warrior defending the Limish realm of death and evil spirits, trying to bind with a great chain this OG, sharp-seeing, wise being that dares to buck the party line. Can you now see, ladies and gentlemen, why these other channels, these ass media channels, won't teach the text like we do? Number one, they can't. And number two, they can't because it exposes them for what they are. It's also why they won't debate me, because they'll be exposed for what they are, and they'll wreck their channel in a day. And homie can't get paid once he gets his ass handed to him publicly, and neither can Homette. How fascinating is this, ladies and gentlemen? How fascinating is this? I know it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it a little bit, but if you were sitting right now in a focused life force energy environment, if you were being right now in this high consciousness on demand, it'd be easier for you to see it. It'd be easier for you to comprehend it. You're at home for a couple more weeks. Go to JeffreyDaugherty.com, click on the fluffy logo. Buy the thing. It's $35. You need it. And you can also just take the free trial, 30 days, 15 on the phone, 15 on the home. Amazing, amazing stuff. This is why I get some of the insights I get, because I live constantly in a fluffy environment, a high consciousness environment. Other people are listening to fluffy bunnies. I'm just in fluffy. No bunny. Honey. And now the mystery begins to clear. So you've clearly got a malevolent entity who we've been taught is a good entity, trying to bind a powerful, benevolent enemy, a benevolent entity that we've been told is malevolent. How many times are you going to be surprised that it's a complete reversal of what you've been taught? So you've got this nasty entity trying to bind this powerful entity, and he wants to do it for 1,000 years. Keep that in mind. What does bound mean? Well, it means declared and prohibited unlawful for 1,000 years. Let's show you this again, because I don't want you to think that I'm not telling you the truth. I don't want you to see that I'm not showing you the truth. Plus, I want you to be motivated to manifest this yourself, to do this yourself, to look it up. So he was bound. Where are we at? Bound him. What does bound mean? You just click on the word bound. To tie, to bind, to declare to be prohibited and unlawful. I just got declared to be prohibited and unlawful right here on YouTube. It's their platform. They can do that. I just got declared to be prohibited and unlawful right here on YouTube. I really did. That's what happened. And you'll see now that I have removed many of the offending videos, and we are relocating those offending videos. Let me show you where we're locating them so you'll be able to find them. But this is what happens when you get declared unlawful and prohibited. Me, only for 30 days, not for 1,000 years, but you get the point. So now if you're on the YouTube channel and you want to see the banned content, all you have to do is click here. It'll take you over here to JeffreyDaugherty.com. Content so hot it's banned from YouTube. And here you'll find the content that's banned from YouTube. You won't see this on my regular YouTube channel anymore. That video is not there. And there's 10 videos. I'm always going to commit to having 10 videos on here. All these that you see, these are 10 videos that are here, but they're not on my regular YouTube channel. I think there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 videos here that you can't see on my YouTube channel because they're banned. But we're going to keep making 3 banned videos every week. And that's where the Cousins Club comes in. If you want to be part of the Cousins Club, there's 2 levels. For $10, you can be a cousin. You get 3 to 5 exclusive premium videos a week. If you want to be a kissing cousin, that's $20 a month. You get the 3 to 5 exclusive videos. Plus, you get live, interactive, small group, open forum Q&A sessions with me at least twice a month, probably every week. And you get my ebooks for free, and you'll get access to the Discord server that, unless Tracy talks me out of it today, I'm probably going to put into the Cousins Club. It is top secret. You can only access it by being a member. Click that button, go in there, do your 10 or your 20. You have to click that. It's a monthly donation. I'll give you an email. This is brand new, so give me until Sunday night because we'll roll this out Monday. And then going forward, within 24 hours, you'll have your access. So that's what it means, literally, to be declared unlawful and to be prohibited for 30 days in my case. But here it happened for 1,000 years. Now, I know you think that was just a cheesy self-promotion, maybe a little bit, but it does show you exactly what we're talking about. To declare to be prohibited and unlawful. And that's what this great seeing one, this great powerful one, was declared unlawful for 1,000 years. And this reptilian warrior that you call angel, and some of you worship him and wear him around your neck and talk to him and pray to him. You might want to reconsider that. He cast him into the bottomless pit. Remember what the bottomless pit is. That's the abyss. That's the Limish concept of the evil and wicked, dead and evil spirits. So this all-seeing, wonderful, magnificent, wise being gets cast by this malevolent being. They hope, they think it's a story, into this abyss, and its wisdom is prohibited and unlawful for 1,000 years. Its vision, its insight is prohibited and unlawful for 1,000 years. And they set a seal upon him. That's a huge clue of who did this deed. And how and why did they do it? So they could not deceive the nations until the 1,000 years were complete. So that this teaching could not go to the nations for 1,000 years. What does the word deceive mean here in the Greek? It means to lead astray from the official path. I better show you. I know it takes more time, and I know it's a little harder, but this is such mind-blowing information that if you don't see it, I don't think that you'll believe it. I really don't. And he threw him. Let's go to the next verse. Okay. And he threw him into the abyss, and he sealed it. And I just got to show you what sealed means. It means to affix with a signet ring. Ooh, to affix with a signet ring. Remember that. And he sealed it over him so that he could not deceive. What does deceive mean? To cause to wander, to lead astray, to deceive, to cause to wander from what? From the official word, from the fear and guilt, blood magic, mind control matrix, from the dominant paradigm, from the NWO, which is the KJV, which is the MSM, which is the mass media, which is the ass media. So we that lead astray from the official path, we that want to cause people to wander out of the matrix, we get called contrarians. We get called deceivers. Because what are we trying to do? We're trying to lead the nations, which means all the people. We're trying to lead the nations. They say deceive, but we're trying to bring divinity, sovereignty, and freedom to the nations. Who are the nations? It's races, peoples, all the races, all the peoples. We're trying to bring this message of deliverance. You're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. You don't have original sin. You got the spark of divinity within. You got life and life more abundant, peace and passes all understanding. That is the word that has been prohibited and bound and declared unlawful for this 1,000 years. 30 days in my case, but 1,000 years. And maybe the 30 days and the 1,000 years end at the same time. We'll get to that. So he could not teach the people. What kind of an entity doesn't allow for the teaching of the people? An entity that doesn't really believe what it's pushing. If you know what you have found is true, you don't care about people sharing their contrary opinions. You let them go do it. You certainly don't forbid them to do it. But here's what I like. He couldn't deceive the nations until. What does that little word until mean? That means that there's going to come a day when it's going to happen. There's going to come a day when that has been declared unlawful is made lawful. There's going to be a day where that which is prohibited is not prohibited. There's going to come a day where that which is hidden is no longer hidden, where that which is laughed at is no longer laughed at, where that which is called contrarian, for that which is called devil, evil, wicked, until people realize. And here it says, until the 1,000 years were complete. And after that, he must be released. He must be released. He must be set free. Folks, we've been bound 1,000 years, but we must be set free. We must be released. And did you notice that it says we'll be released for a brief period of time? Oh my gosh, Jeff. It's only going to be a brief period of time. It's horrible. We hardly have any time. No, 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 no. That word doesn't mean what you think it means. Yeah, we've been bound 1,000 years, and we're fixing to get to that. And yeah, we'll be let go for a little season. But it's not because they're under such control that they're not really going to give us time. We're going to be released for a little season, not because that's all that we'll have, but because that's all we'll need. Once a person sees the message, really hears the message from the OGs, from the wise ones, from those that were leaders from the beginning, from those that know, from those that give a damn is busted, from those that have escaped the blood magic, mind control, fear and guilt matrix. It only takes a brief period of time once you see it in order to be set free, in order to unindoctrinate yourself. So we'll get a brief season, not because that's all that because we're limited, but because that's all we'll need. That is really, really good news. But if you want to maximize your brief period, then go to C60purplepower.com. Get the C60, use the code TCW10. You get a great discount. And, the Mistech, the Fluffy, the C60, if you're doing those things, it will absolutely have a powerful contribution to you becoming all you want to be. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. No doubt about it. That's why we work with these great people. That's why we work with these great people. It's only going to take us a little time. So remember, time is on our side. Time, it's on our side. Yes, it is. It is. It's on our side. That's why they're worried. They're screaming and yelling, the end is near. Soon they're going to be walking around with those sandwich signs on them. The end is near. Collapse, ruin, calamity, fear, chopping of heads, rationing, mandatory this, mandatory that, OMG. Their world is ending. Ours is just beginning. For them, time is running out. For us, time is on our side, cousins. And guess what? All this that we're talking about, all this, the angel, the reptilian coming down from heaven, locking away the good guys and girls, setting a seal upon them. All of this has already happened. It's already happened, ladies and gentlemen. It happened in AD 70, and it can't be any clearer. We'll get into that tomorrow. Your heads are about to explode. I can't even think about going there today. But we'll finish with this. We'll talk about the 1,000 years. Man, I've always thought that we give really good teaching on this channel for obvious reasons. I've always thought that this is really good, but man, we are going where even we have never gone before. We are going where no cousin has gone before. And it is not just because of me, I guarantee you. It's the cumulative effort of the people that call themselves cousins. I hope you all join the cousin club, but you're a cousin. Even if you don't join the club, you're just a second cousin. Kidding. But that's why this is happening, because we're all binding together. We're all binding together. It is 2020, ladies and gentlemen, or so they tell us it's 2020. All right. We've had many programs, we'll have some more, that show great evidence that 1,000 years has been added to history. 1,000 phantom years that never really happened. And if that's the case, and I think we've proven it, go back. if that's the case, and I think we've proven it conclusively, then if you take 2020, which they tell us it is, subtract 1,000, it's really 1020. Right? It's really 1020. And if this binding of us, the good guys and the good girls, happened in AD 70, which I'll show you that it did on tomorrow, that means that there's been 950 years since we were bound. They're right. You really are Satan. You really are the devil. You really are the dragon. And wait till you find out what dragons are. Oh, my. If you're fair-haired and blue-eyed, wait till you find out what dragons are. Fair-haired, blue-eyed, fair-haired, red, green-eyed, wait till you find out what dragons are. Oh, banned content. I guarantee you. Banned content. You already know what dragons are. Insightful, visionary beings, but there's so much more. Wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. So that's 950 years. And if we were bound 950 years ago and it's 1,000 years of binding, that means that we got about 50 years left if we were going in an exact zero-sum game. But folks, I also have a 2 years of anthropology study in my background, secular college, Blue Mountain College anthropology. And 50 years in history is well within the margin of error, as they say. So have we already been loosed, or are we about to be loosed? Are we about to be set free? Have we been set free? I get the feeling we've already been freed, but it's right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages. It's right there. And this is the great secret that they're trying to hide. For them, the end is near, and their ability to drive the narrative is nearing an end. Their ability to be in charge is nearing an end. Their ability to have credibility is nearing an end. And we are just getting started. Are we a few years short yet? A few months short yet? A few days short yet? I don't know. But I know that we're well within the margin of error. We may well already be freed. And you know the best way to be freed is just to believe you're freed. You know the best way to be freed is to act like you're freed. Because if you act like you're freed, sooner or later you're freed indeed. You want to act like you want to be divine, you want to be sovereign, you want to be free, you want to indeed, then act like you're divine, act like you're sovereign, act like you're free, and you will be free indeed. This is what the mass media doesn't want us to know. This is what the ass media on YouTube doesn't want us to know. Whenever you hear them talking about prophecy and bad and horrible and tribulation, they don't want you to know that their time's up and yours is beginning. They want you to go down in their ship. Misery loves company. Their end is near. We're just getting started. More on this tomorrow, cousins of all ages. Wow, this is really good stuff. It just gets gooder and gooder. Just when you think it's really good, it gets gooder and gooder. And I can't wait to really, I feel unfettered. Oh, I feel like I have been set free. I feel like I've been unfettered. I feel like the chains have fallen. I feel like the shackles have fallen. You know, if even 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, certainly a year ago, if I'd have been demonetized for a month, I would have lost my mind. I would have acted like every one of these other people act when they get demonetized. Cussing YouTube, claiming censorship. It's not fair. The powers that be, the NSA, the NWO, they're all after little old me. I barely batted an eye. Why? Because it's YouTube's platform. They can do what they want. I'm glad to be able to share my Christian Whistleblower content here. But it also pushed me to do what I had to do. Remember how I always say to you, There's nothing remarkable in your comfort zone. I was in my comfort zone. But now, with a little push from our friends at YouTube, we now are going where no cousin has gone before with the Cousin Club, with the Unindoctrinate content, and we're taking it to places that we've never been before. We're taking it to heights that we've never seen before. We're taking it to levels we never reached before. When life gives you lemons, you either suck on them and cry or you make lemonade out of them. If they do something that makes you frown, you turn that frown upside down and you get going. When the going gets tough, the bitches start whining and crying and blaming and shaming. But when the going gets tough, we just get going. And I hope that you'll get going over and join the Cousin Club. And I hope that you'll get going over to the JeffreyDaugherty.com and taking advantage of the free. We'll always have 10 there, but they will go away and they'll only be archived for the Cousins Club. But you'll still be able to, I'll be rolling the latest 10 banned content videos on a regular and consistent basis. I'm going to have to start sleeping a little less, working a little more, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's go to the chat room and see what y'all got to say up in here today. This should be interesting. This should be powerful. So let's go. Boom. How do you like that background? That's kind of sharp, isn't it? And you know what? All of the sponsors that we have are like real important stuff that changes your life literally on a deep level. This one, Hero Soap, I'm not going to tell you that using Hero Soap is going to change your life. It will make you smell better. It will allow you to have a great organic soap that doesn't have any impurities in it. They're telling you wash, wash, wash. Why not wash with Hero Soap? Why not let Freedom Clean? If you get a soap subscription, they give a matching one to one of the men and women in uniform. And no, this isn't going to change your life, but sometimes you do things just because you're nice. Sometimes you do things just because they're nice for yourself. Hero Soap, go to JeffreyDaugherty.com, click on the Hero Soap logo, use the code Whistleblower. You get a full 20% off, and it really is a win-win. So, you win, then win again. Now they want you to wash, 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 then wash again, but be careful with that. But with the Hero Soap, you're not going to have the problems that you'll have with regular soap. So is that really necessary? Probably not, but I like them, and it's good stuff. So we do go ahead and promote them. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Dragon Slayer. No, Halo Jump. I don't want to kill no dragons. I am a dragon. Oh, you won't even believe this. You're not going to believe when we start getting into the dragons. You are not even going to believe what the dragons are. Halo Jump, I don't think you heard what he said. Boom, Tracy's right on it. Christina Mickelson Casanova, this is the best place to be when we're stuck at home, bringing hope for sure. That's a high compliment. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Critical's about to type OG before I said it. Are vampires and dragons related? They want you to think they are, but no, they're not. They want you to, oh, look at that. Tracy, they're the opposite. Tracy's right on it. Tracy's right on it. Sounds like Trump does, doesn't it? Steady Eddie, bringing in some good commentary as always. We are the dragons. Boom. Tracy, how do you know all these things? They will lose control. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Halo, we'll get you dialed in. It's going to be some good stuff. It's going to Enter the Dragon. Oh, little Bruce Lee. Whoa. We got some Bruce Lee coming for the ass. Hell yeah. The white Bruce Lee. That's me. They want to control the dragons. They've been hurting the dragons. They've kept us locked. They've had us on lockdown. No more, ladies and gentlemen. Wouldn't it be interesting if the soon coming end of this lockdown, what if it was the end of the 1,000 years? Stranger things have happened. What if it is the end of the 1,000 years? What if this is the brief season where we just get to collect ourselves, get ready to go. What if the end of this lockdown soon coming is the end of the 1,000 years? How about that? Teresa is on the right trail. Teresa's on the right trail. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. What is this? Bound is also meaning for religion. Ooh, exactly, material. We've been bound by religion. Boom. That is awesome. That's awesome. Is this really the afterlife? I don't think so, but it's a great question. It's a great question. Ban the truth. That doesn't make sense. It does if you're against the truth. It makes perfect sense if you're against the truth. Let's see. I love when you got little trolls. Look, I know that you're too busy spending all your money on crack and meth, but that's okay. We still got room for you too. If you can put down the pipe for a little while, come on in. All right. Ooh, this is interesting. Tartari was bound for 1,000 years. Interesting. I think it's related, Kingus. I really do. I think it is related. Hi, Kirsten. Nice to see you here today. I hope you're feeling better. It does make perfect sense. I wonder if the 1,000 years was added along with 2,000-year narrative of Hebrew to cover that their time was ending at the supposed 2,000-year end. Ooh, nice, Tracy. Nice, if that makes sense. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down. We're in a fight for the right to information without limit. I like it. What do you got there? You got I wonder if that's a Harley there. I can't quite see. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see. Oh, happy days. Absolutely. In lockdown, I built a tank system that hooks up to a small patio pond. Nice. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Let's see. I'm in the original Greek of the Bible. That's what we're always doing. Let's see. No. We have the power. We just need to claim it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Le cousin, le champion. Thank you. Thank you. The fear porn era is about over, but we've got to end it. The fear porn era is about over, but we've got to end it. You know, I don't know about this anymore. We can't open eyes. We've got to put the truth out. We got to deliver the mail. Now, we can't make them open it, but if we don't put the mail in their box, then they'll never get a chance to read what's there. So I think we need to make sure that we keep delivering the mail, folks. Keep delivering the mail. Let's see. Dragon bloodlines. Yeah, we get it. We get it. We get it. And we're going to be bringing it to you. We're going to be bringing it to you. Jay Blaze used to have red hair. Now he's bald. That's okay. That's okay. Bald people are welcome too. Let's see. Born with red hair and blue eyes is Amy Alewine. Nice. You're gonna be very surprised, very excited. I'm free, sovereign, and divine, cuz yes, you are. I believe it. Halo, we are the dragon, says Tracy once again. Absolutely right. Le champion of gooder. I like that. Will their people be spared? I don't want to sound insensitive, but I don't really care. I can't. I cannot be attached to the result. If the result means somebody having to act on their own divinity, sovereignty, and freedom, make their own free will choice, I really can't get involved in what they do. I can't attach myself to that end. I just have to bring the mail. And it's not easy to do. It's not easy to just let go and let people be divine, sovereign, and free. But I know we need more white people. I know we need more strong races of all types. I'm white, so I give whites a prop. And whites have stopped screwing. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. You stop screwing. Probably because there's a war on male fertility. There's a war on male virility. And you'd rather not get in that situation because it might not work half the time. Folks, go to JeffreyDaugherty.com. Click on the rocket logo and get ready to lift off. This takes technology that'll cost you 10 grand and brings it to you for a fraction of that cost right in your own home. You don't got to go to a doctor, sit in a waiting room, drop trowel in front of somebody you don't know. That's embarrassing, especially when that thing ain't working the way it's supposed to work. And it's not an accurate representation of who you really are, cousin. Go read about the rocket. You'll love it. And it's a joke. It's silly, but it's real. White people are not reproducing at reproduction level. We're going to die away. I don't want the black race to die. I don't want the Asian races to die. I don't want the Hispanic races to die. I don't want the Islander races to die. And I don't want the white race to die either. Make sex great again. Go to getmyrocket.com/CWB. Getmyrocket.com/CWB and get ready to lift off. So let's get back into where we were. And I lost it. I'm lost it. Oh, here it is. Boom. Thanks. Because we left Karen up. Thanks, Karen, for holding our place. Free, powerful, fair, green-eyed dragon. You're not going to believe how good it is. You're not going to believe how good it is. Let's see. I don't know. There might be some new stuff under the sun. We got some new stuff for him that I ain't never seen before. We ain't got new. And I see. Henry's one of those people that are sure that everything's going to hell in a handbasket. Henry, whatever. How are you going to make lemon juice when there's no one to buy it? Henry, you don't actually make lemon juice. It comes from lemons. And the idiom is that they give you a lemon because they think it's sour and they think that you don't want it. But you take something that they gave you that they think is bad for you, and you take it and you squeeze it and you put a little sweetener in it, and now it's a good thing. I know it's hard when you're waiting for the world to end. I know it's hard when you're running around like Chicken Little. I know that you know that everything is terrible. That's why you can't even conceive of a simple analogy of what happens when somebody gives you a lemon that's sour and makes you, and then you put a little sweet in it, and it turns into a delicious, refreshing beverage. Some even like to add a little alcohol to it. Henry, get your head out of your A. Get on Team Winners, and it'll be okay. Good God, man. I love you too, man. Thanks so much. Lots of children being saved. Absolutely. 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 Well, that's interesting. I think this might be a little shot at me, but I know there's a movie, and I know it's a demon who keeps whistling it. But guess what? I'm the demon. I'm the one bound. I'm the bad guy. But it's the Bible, so that means I'm the good guy. Try to keep up, Saxaboom. We'll try to slow down for you a little bit. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. We're going to keep pressing along. Pedal to the metal. We're speeding up. We're not slowing down. Why 1,000 years? Good question. Legitimate question. Don't know. That's just what he said. Now, 1,000 can be a biblical idiom of completion too. So maybe it's not literally 1,000. Maybe it's not literally 1,000. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Okay, what year is this really? If I had to bet, I'd say it's around 1,020. But remember, when you're dealing with history, there's a wide margin for error. So it's around 1,000-ish somewhere. Be who you are, When they're ready to listen, they will come to you for answers. Ooh, that's one of the reasons I love that woman. There's many. I can't share them all here. I could, but I would get in really, really big trouble. Let's see. They traveled northward. Okay. Now we're starting to get off the reservation a little bit. That's okay. Lemon is good without sweetener. It is. I like on Miss Space Cake. She'll just take the lemon. She doesn't even need lemonade. Thank you very much. Let's see. 1,000 years is as a day. That's what it says. Please don't. Please don't. This is now year. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is now year. And this is a great point by Jess Roth. We're being told by religion to look up, but there's a lot going on underground. And Jess, who else is telling us to look up? All the UFO ET people, all the angel people. Look up, our space brothers. No. If they say look up, look down. If they say look down, look up. You got to remember, folks. You got to remember. You got to remember. All right. All right. Folks, that's some good stuff. That's some really good stuff. And it is a little frustrating when it's very easy to fool people and you see the people fooling people, getting rich and getting lots of subscribers. And it's a little bit difficult when you see that it's very easy to convince people that they've been fooled, even when you can show them in plain black and white they've been fooled. And it's even harder to just give them the information and let them figure it out themselves. But that's what we do. We bring the information. We're the last generation of real humans. And we're here in the midst of people that think the world is bad and getting worse. We're here showing that it's good and getting better. In a world of people that thinks this is the end, we continue to win, and win again. And we've been called for this moment. This is our time to shine. Their world's ending. Ours is just beginning. The end is near, and it's time for us to get going around here. So what we do, we unindoctrinate ourselves. We cousin up. We know that we are in the world changing business, and that business is a booming. And we get busy. It's just that simple. It's just that easy. It's not really easy, but nothing worth having or worth doing is easy. But then again, the definition of easy is something you can do. We can do it, but we're going to have to work at it. We're going to have to unindoctrinate ourselves, and we're going to have to get busy. I'm Jeffey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Make sure you check JeffreyDaugherty.com or just click on that banned content icon on the banner of our YouTube show and take in the banned content on the JeffreyDaugherty.com, and we would welcome you to join the Cousins Club as well. For Tracy Dyer and all our great moderators, and for the lovely Cynthia, I'm Jeffey Daugherty, your humble, harmless, happy, contrarian Christian Whistleblower. Dragons, it's time for us to get busy.